There's no doubt about it that the condition of our world today is one that's very sad and puzzling and troubling. As I was riding this evening, listening to commentators on the cable news networks talking about the recent shooting that happened in Washington, D.C., among some of our political leaders who were gathering together for the practice of a yearly fundraiser that is a baseball game that they play against one another. And listening to the commentators speak, it's very, very interesting to hear the desperation in their voice. And what seems to come out of their spirit is a cry for peace and a cry for hope and a cry to Washington, D.C., and a cry to the entire world that there has to be something that allows us to move beyond these differences that we have. And they begin to share how strong the differences are and how they're backed up by name calling and finger pointing. And it's funny because they are some of the greatest perpetuators of this climate that the world is under right now. The hatred, the bitterness, the anger, they show it, they broadcast it, they even demonstrate it one to another in their debates on their particular news shows, and then say, but yeah, behind the scenes, we're okay. Well, when we demonstrate these types of behaviors, after a while, they become normal and they become a way of life for so many people. People are debating and arguing and fussing every single day. And it's been like that for many, many years. And so to all of a sudden say that, gosh, our nation seems as though there's a tear in it. There's been a big tear in our nation for many, many years. Our nation has walked away from what is right and what is good and what is just and what is honest and what is fair. We are a nation of people who dislike each other strongly. Maybe not dislike each other, but we dislike each other's ways, and we become very verbal about those ways, from the morning talk shows to the radio talk shows, from celebrities, from leaders in politics, leaders in business, education, government, family, religion, arguing and fussing and fighting and pushing and pulling. And then they say, what can fix this? How can this be made different? Well, the antidote has been presented. The antidote is there. The antidote is love. And love is such a missing piece to what is needed in the world. And yeah, we sang the song, what the world needs now is love, sweet love. And that's good for song, but there must be the activation of love. There must be the demonstration of love. There must be the authentication of love. And that's what we're missing. And that's not what's happening. That's what we're not seeing. And the only way that this mess in the world is going to get turned around, this hatred, this evil, the backbiting, the murmuring, the complaining, the bickering, the fighting, the warring, the battle, is for people to really get an understanding of what love is. It's really not that difficult. But for it being this simple doesn't sell a lot of media, does it? No, it really doesn't. To be this simple doesn't get a lot of hits. What we'd rather watch on Facebook are men fighting women, or women fighting women, or men fighting men. We'd rather watch the things that are not of good taste. We'd rather give 2 million hits to something that endangers a life, or something that is where most of society is concerned, something that is not even acceptable. Things that work against what love would be and what love would do and what love would look like. And so I think all of us have to look at ourselves and say, am I demonstrating love every day? Beginning with me. Am I loving me? Am I loving the people in my family, my household? Am I loving the people on my block, in my neighborhood, in my community, where I live, work, and play? Am I showing acts of love, or am I just saying I love you? Am I having random acts of kindness, random acts of love, random acts of real consideration for other people, random acts of treating somebody as more important than I am myself? The world is so puffed up by Leviathan, a spirit of pride that wants to steal, kill, and destroy our quality of life and steal our generation and the generations that are on to come. And the only way that we're going to turn this thing around is we're going to have to begin to love. And those who know love have to begin to demonstrate love and show love and give love away. What would happen in our nation if from the president down we begin to talk about love? What happens when instead of taking 30 or 40 or 50 minutes for an address from the president or a local politician, 30, 40, or 50 minutes are taken to discuss love and what love is? What happens to the love campaign in the nation? What happens to commercials that talk about love? What happens when love begins to permeate the 7 pillars of our nation and the dollars that are in those 7 pillars, which are used to influence people often in ways that love is not demonstrated? It begins to influence people in ways that love is demonstrated through our arts and entertainment, through education, through government, through media, through family, through religion, just continual bombardments of love and what love is and what love does and what love acts like and what love leads to, and then begin to see the fruit of love, and then have people of major influence like you. Because where you are, you're a person of influence. You may not think you are, but you are. But then there are some that may have a greater influence of you. That's not really my point, but my point is to have us come together and really share what love is all about and get the truth of love and begin to demonstrate that to one another. Hey, it's Apostle T. Murph. I'm just saying what's in my heart right now and wanted to share it because our nation is under assault by one who seeks to steal, kill, and destroy it. And only the love that we can show in hearts that are pure and hearts that are ordered properly is going to change this world. Unlovables can become lovable. Frustrated people with one another can become lovable. There is hope. There is life that is found in love. Let's give it a try. Let's do it, because what we've been doing ain't working. And to keep doing it, talk show hosts, to keep doing it, late night hosts, to keep doing it, journalistic writers, to keep doing it, people who have the largest levels of income in the nation and are making songs and movies that don't demonstrate it, to keep doing it, thinking there's going to be different results, is the definition of insanity. And remember, while we're releasing this poison of hatred, you've got children, you've got a wife, you've got a business, you've got grandchildren, you've got a genealogy that lives after you, and what you're seeding is what they're going to inherit. Is that really what you want your legacy to be? Why don't you let it be a legacy of love? Okay, take care. I'm out. I appreciate your time. Over and out. Peace and love.